Hello and welcome to Goa News Now. Today we have Simoes, one of the well-known political activists of Goa. Yokar tumka.
Thank you.
The before we take on with many other questions pertaining to the different issues existing and haunting issues of Goa, we would like to know from Alonso. You had contested the election and now the results will be declared on 10th. What is your expectation?
See, the apprehensions of the people of the state and the constituency, that is Kortani, people were frustrated with misgovernance. We have seen what has happened to the last 2 years, COVID mismanagement. जे मेजर इश्यूज पळय आमकां लागता, डबल ट्रॅकिंग जे आसा, रिवर नॅशनलायजेशन जो आसा, कोल पोल्युशन जो आसा, एक लँड एक्विजिशन जो आसा, त्या हितून सरकार जो आसा लोकांचे वॉयस आयकूंक ना. जेन्ना आमचे 5 पंचायत आसा, 5य पंचायत रेजोल्युशन पास करता की आमकां ह्या प्रोजेक्टान नाका, पूण सरकार आयकना. सो समवेर लोक फ्रस्ट्रेटेड जालेले आसा आनी लोकांक जाय आशिल्ले ऑल्टरनेटीव न्यू फेस आनी क्लीन फेस. सो आमकां अशें दिसता की कुट्टाय जे आसा, जो कोर्तालीचो बेस जो आसा काँग्रेस पार्टी, तो ह्या पार्टी म्हाका कॉन्फिडन्स आसा की लोक आमकां निवडून हाडटले आनी वी वील सी दॅट फॉर द नेक्स्ट 5 years एक बरो डेव्हलपमेंट मॉडेल दिवन लोकांचो फ्युचर बरो करपाचो आमचो प्लॅन आसा.
वलंचो आमी एक BJP नेता कडेन उलयताले तेन्ना आमी एक प्रश्न विचारले. काँग्रेस फॉट ऑन 3 major issue of one was linear projects. Do you think that had any impact in the voting pattern?
Certainly, because see, none of the political parties who were there this time spoke about the core issues of Goa. आयज गोंयची हॉस्पिटल, गोंयचें जें पर्यावरण जें आसा, गोंयचें जें हें आसा, वॉट यू से, एक लूक जो आसा वीच ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड पीपल गेट एट्रॅक्टेड टू, तें आयज काबार जावपाचें आशिल्लें. And that was the main issue. But other political parties choose non-related issues, and I feel certainly that this issue, which was lingering for the last 5 years, where lok sarke bhayar yeवन almost 130 panchayats in Goa passed resolution against this project, and I think Congress has done a right thing, a right decision, because coal will not only destroy Goa but destroy the health of Goa, and this is what the Goans want, and certainly they will be voters for this good manifesto also, which is provided to the state of Goa.
Before I move on to the other issues, I just wanted to know what do you think? What would be your winning margin, if at all? And what would be your first priority if you wins the election?
I think I should, as per the feedback what I have got in the ground, between 1 to 2,000 लिडाचेर आमी जिखतले. आनी जे पळय बेजीक पळय एम्युनिटीज पळय आसा, म्हाका दिसता तेजेर चड आमी जोर घालचो पडटलो. वन इज वॉटर, वीच कॅन यू बिलीव इट, फॉर द लास्ट 60 years आमी 60 years इंडिपेंडन्स सेलिब्रेट करता आनी लोकांक आयज उदक ना, रेगुलर उदक ना, लोकांक विकली इवन वन्स सारकें उदक येना. लोक टँकरांनी आजून टील डेट उदक घेता. पूण एक कसलो डेव्हलपमेंट मॉडल ऑफ BJP सर, डबल इंजीन, कसलो डबल इंजीन. So I think that we will work on priorities to see that water reaches to everyone's house on daily basis. That will be a topmost priority first. Secondly, जो आसा दुसरो इशू जो आसा, जो एम्प्लॉयमेंट जो इशू आसा, आमी 2 इंडस्ट्रियल स्टेट आसा आमचे कुट्टाय कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सीन, लेकिन लोकांसान हे ना, रिजर्वेशन ना और प्रिफरन्स ना. So we will see that our locals from our constituency will get some form of reservation to these industries, and we will see maximum youth जे पळय बेकार आसा आमचे कुट्टाय कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सीन तांकां जॉब दिवपाक. आनी तिसरें जें आसा, जे स्लम्स जो आसा, आयज तांकां दे आर लिवींग देर, दे हॅव बीन यूज्ड लायक गिनी पिग्स, आनी ऑल पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज हॅव ओनली एक्सप्लॉयटेड देम एट टायम्स ऑफ इलेक्शन, थ्रेटन देम, तुमचे घरां मोडटलीं, तुमचें हें मोडटलें, तें मोडटलें. वी हॅव सीन ड्युरींग द इलेक्शन टायम्स जायतीं झगडीं तिंगा पेटली. सो समवेर लॉ ऑर्डर सिट्युएशन जे पळय मात म्हणून ना ह्या स्लम्सांनी, जे पळय सुवेज जे आसा इश्यू, जो सगळ्याक दारा फुडल्यांनी सुवेज आसा, तें खंय क्लीन करप आनी एक बरो रिहेबिलिटेशन प्लॅन हो म्हाजो मतीन आसा, आनी तो कसो आमी सक्सेसफूल करतलो म्हाका दिसता फुडल्या 5 वर्सां हांव तितून काम करतलो.
आणि एक एलिगेशन बाहेर चाललेलं आहे, इफ यू रिमेंबर दॅट certain BJP leaders are trying to poach Congress leaders who are winnable candidates. Is it true? Do you think that this allegation is true?
सी BJP हॅज ओन्ली रॉब्ड मॅन्डेट्स आणि म्हाका दिसना की ह्या फाटी लोक आर कॅन्डिडेट्स आर सेलेबल बिकॉज 80% ऑफ द फेसीस आर न्यू 80% candidates have attracted to the ideology of the party, and I'm confident that under the leadership of P. Chidambaram and Dinesh Gundurao will form a strong government, stable government. And if BJP is dreaming of buying us, they should keep dreaming. But today, Goans are not going to accept any form of uh, poaching done by the BJP, because people will certainly come on street and will teach whoever is going to do this, they will teach the lesson of their life. Because I remember in the past when our ex-chief minister uh, Barbos, where people storm into his house. So this will be the situation even in 2022, because people have enough of it, and they will not tolerate any such of illegal activities done by the BJP party.
Do you mean to say that this time violence will be also one of the mantra?
Certainly, because लोकांक जे पळय त्रास जालेले आसा आनी इतले त्रास इतले सॅक्रिफायस करून आयज इलेक्शन जावन ते जोरी कोणी उडी मारलो जाल्यार लोक ओगी रावचे ना म्हाका दिसना. कित्याक आयज जे पळय प्रोजेक्टां येता, इट इज completely going to eliminate us. So it is 100%. I'm confident that the party will not find any defectors, because now anyways the verdict is coming of this 10 12 MLAs. सो जें जातलें हें बरें जातलें आनी बरो सरकार फुडल्या 5 वर्सां लोकांचो सरकार आसतलो इतलो म्हाका कॉन्फिडन्स आसा.
Tell me one thing. Have you been approached by anybody? Because the claims was, they are trying to approach all winnable candidates. Since you also claims that you will be also winning, have you been approached by anybody?
No, I have not approached, nor I will also meet, because in the past also several political parties made a lot of attempts to help them to join their party, but also offered huge amount of money, like the TMC, like the AAP. But we didn't choose to support a party which does not care for the core principles of the state, and we thought that the Congress party is the right party, and that's why we are here today.
One question last on this aspect. Uh, if you are first, can you give ranking of all other candidates, major 5 players?
म्हाका दिसता सेकेंड हातोन वाज आसतलो, तेजे उपरांत TMC आसतली, गिरीश पिल्ले आसतली, आनी तेजे उपरांत आप आसतले, and it will go on.
BJP you have not even counted.
No, BJP is not there in the race because BJP's candidate supported Anton Vas. So that the BJP candidate himself knows, and people of Sakwal also knows. So that is not a hidden fact anymore. So this is going to be the positions which I feel.
A very serious allegation was leveled by Olencio that BJP candidates and their supporters supported Anton Was, who was independent candidate, and let's see what would be the result on 10th March. Olencio, now coming to your favorite topic, which is about Goa and about issues pertaining to Goa. First issue, which is very hot at the moment, is about that CZMP. What is your opinion?
See, the state government and the central government has used Goa like an experimental lab, where they want to get all projects in Goa. So the objective is Sagarmala. Why Sagarmala? They want to have 6 expansion plans in the port. They want to have 3 linear projects. They want to increase the coal from 11 million metric tons to 136 million metric tons. So to satisfy all this, they have ultimately the CZMP plan, which this government was saying that Congress and CZMP plan corona as per the 1991 notification. आयज 11 वर्सां जालीं, इतले एजिटेशन जालें. प्लस द ओन एनवायरमेंट मिनिस्ट्री हॅड अवेरनेस प्रोग्राम अबाउट द CZMP प्लॅन. आयज स्टेट गव्हर्मेंट म्हणटा की पोर्ट लिमिट्स नाका, आनी सेंट्रल गव्हर्मेंट म्हणटा पोर्ट लिमिट्स कॅनॉट बी डिलीट. हो कसलो कायदो? जेन्ना कोस्टल रेग्युलेशन झोन क्लियरली म्हणटा एज पर द गायडलायन्स 28 गायडलायन्स लेट डावन पळय आसा की खंयच्या गायडलायन्सान आसा की पोर्ट लिमिट्स घालपाक जाय म्हणून. बरें, खंयचे स्टेटीन पोर्ट लिमिट्स डिक्लेअर केला म्हणल्यार हिंगा गोंय कितें आयज मेजर पोर्ट ऑथॉरिटी बील म्हणून पास जाल्लो आसा आनी पोर्ट जो ट्रस्ट आसा आयज ऑथॉरिटी जाला. हो ऑथॉरिटी आय थिंक इज गवर्न बाय अदानी एंड जिंदाल. ह्या दोन मनशां खातीर आख्खो आमचो गोंयचो कोस्ट लायन अप टू 12 नॉटिकल बायल, आमचो रिवर्स हायटायड लायन टू अप टू 500 मिटर्स आयज भाडकार हो जालो. म्हणल्यार आयज नुस्तेकार सपोज नुस्तें मारपा जाय जाल्यार एकोड्यान वयचो पडटलो. शेकवाल्यांक शेक घालपा जाय जाल्यार एजी एनओसी घेवची पडटली. आयज घर बांदपा जाय जाल्यार एजी एनओसी घेवची पडटली. म्हणल्यार इन शॉर्ट गोवन्स आर डिस्प्लेस ऑल ओवर द कोस्ट लायन एंड द रिवर लायन. म्हणल्यार सरकार चिंतलां कितें? तेज्या उपरांत मुन्सिपाल्टीक कांय रायट आसचो ना, विलेज पंचायतीक कांय रायट आसचो ना, TCP रुल्स लागचो ना, कांयच रुल्स लागचो ना आनी गोंय ऑलमोस्ट विकलां कशें जालां. सो वीच मिन्स वी हॅव अ स्टेट विथीन द स्टेट. म्हणल्यार आयज MPA एक स्टेट जातलो आनी गोंय एक दुसरो स्टेट जातलो अशें जालें. आनी हो आमचो सरकार जो आसा हो निधन आसा. प्रमोद सावंत आयज हो डॉक्टर इतलो शिक्षलेलो मनीस आसा, तेका आयज बेजीक लिगॅलिटी कळना एक्टाचो. एक सायड MPA, दुसरे सायड रिवर नॅशनलायजेशन. अरे गोंयकारांक उरलें कितें? आयज दोंगर आहा तोय म्हाका दिसता तुमी विकतलो. आतां दर्यो विकलो, न्हंयूय विकली, त्या भायर लँडूय विकली. आतां गोंयकारांक आसतलें कितें? जेन्ना ट्युरिजम हो एक मेजर इकॉनॉमीक एक्टिविटीज आसा, एक फिशरीज जे आसा वन ऑफ द ट्रेडिशनल एक्टिविटीज जे आसा, शेतकार आसा, काजनां आसा, ती सगळी सोंपतली. गोंयकार काबार जातले. आयज मायग्रेशन जाता रॅपीड पेसान. दीस वील लीड टू मोर मायग्रेशन. म्हणल्यार गोंयान कोण रावचोच ना, कित्याक गोंय काबार जालें. सो तुमी गोंय एक अल्टिमेट कोल्ड हब डेस्टिनेशन करपाक सोदता, वेर गोवा इज नोन फॉर इट्स ट्युरिस्टीक स्टेट. All over the people in the world come to Goa, but today I think because of this silly deeds of this government and selfish deeds of this government, which leans towards the crony capitalist, इतली blindly लोकांचे objections आयकोना. हो सरकार कितें चिंतलां आमकांच कळना.
No, but when we hear the voice of activists, they always come to certain conclusion that sarkaran ye kela, sarkar to kartolo. Have you ever tried to have a dialogue with the government that okay, yes, this is wrong and this should be the suggestion, or only acquisition is the answer?
Absolutely. We, in fact, with respect to the 3 linear projects, we met the CM, we met the deputy CM, we explained them the issue. We also gave them an alternative. But this government seems not to understand. They एक सायड ते म्हणटा आमकां नाका, दुसरे एक सायड सरकारान कितें म्हणलें, जे CEC रिपोर्ट घालता वी विल एबायड बाय इट. आयज CECन म्हणलां की 3 लिनियर प्रोजेक्ट नाका, पूण आयज सरकार ओगी कित्याक आसा. एक्सपर्ट म्हणलें दॅट टू नॉट स्टेट सेंट्रल एक्सपर्ट एमिनंट पर्सनॅलिटीज which are non-biased, they have given their report. Maybe Goans might be biased towards their state, but they are outsiders who have given a very neutral verdict. Still the state government is not listening. When panchayats are the root of democracy, when out of 190 panchayat, 130 panchayat passes resolution against this project, still the government is not listening. Muller ye cholna kite? It has been never in the past when so much agitations have taken place and where government has not bowed down to the wishes of the people. In the past, Congress was there. SEZ was such a big issue. Congress withdrew, scrapped the policy, and it was scrapped only in the state of Goa. All over India, SEZ has support. They listened to the voice of the people. So in democracy, government सरकाराचे लोकांचे आयकोना, भुरजेचे आयकोना. हो सरकार कोणाचो जालो हें म्हाका दिसता गोंयचे CMन सांगपा जाय गोंयच्या लोकांक.
Alanji, आम्ही खूपशे फाटी पळयला, whatever you have spoken about other projects, but one project which I know in certain states have done well and it was projected also well is that green certificate to that beaches. Why you people are objecting to that?
See, the problem is what? This is now the blue certification. That is blue certification.
Sorry, blue flag.
Blue flag certification. All states are opposing it. It's not that any state has accepted it. In Puri, जे पळय पास केला थिंगा लोकल्स ऑब्जेक्ट करता. आतां हें ब्लू फ्लॅग सर्टिफिकेशन म्हणल्यार कितें? ब्लू फ्लॅग सर्टिफिकेशन इज बेसिकली गिवींग अ कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट टू अ प्रायवेट एंटिटी टू कंट्रोल दॅट बीच. नाव बीच इज अ प्लेस ऑफ कॉमन्स. Who are you to stop me for entering my beach? Number one. Number two, ते म्हणटा आतां it has to be the cleanest beach. But now that person, the contractor, will decide what to do on the beach. Whether he has to get marina, whether he has to do water sport activities. There are traditional rights on the beach. How can a fisherman who is parking his canoe here told not to be park his canoe here? That is what we object. And that is the reason which we object the blue flag certification. We are saying we don't need privatization. Our beaches, if you implement a CRZ notification in totality, CRZ notification is enough to protect our beaches. Whereas in other countries, this notification is not there. आमची CRZ नोटिफिकेशन नासता, तेका लागून तेंची बिचीस सँडी बीच नासता, तेका लागून तेंची बिचीस सिल्वर नासता, तांकां रॉकी बीच आसता. सो गोंयांत जे नॅचरल आहा ते नॅचरल दवर एडिशनल प्रायवेटायझेशन आमकां नाका. दॅट इज वॉट वी आर ऑपोजींग.
Alonso, whenever we talk about development, we have been speaking to the leaders and asking their opinion on the tourism. Are we really heading towards a good tourism policy, or are we really killing the tourism in Goa?
See, what I am seeing is today, tourism is become lopsided. म्हळ्यार कितें 5 स्टार फकत रिसॉर्ट ट्युरिजम कित्याक जाय आमकां? बीच म्हाका दिसता आर बिगस्ट सेलिंग पॉयंट आर द कोस्टल एरियाज, द बीचीज. एंड ती बीच कशें प्रोटेक्ट करपाक हें आमचें गोवोरमेंटान चिंतपा जाय, कित्याक त्या बिचीक लागून आमकां ट्युरिजम मेवता. आतां कितें जालां, फकत 5 स्टार 7 स्टार येता आनी एकल्याकूच बिजनस मेवता. इन जनरल परसेप्शन जे लोक पळय रावता तांकां ट्युरिजम इज बिकम न्यूनसेन्स, कित्याक तांकां बेनिफीट जायना. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन स्पेन इफ यू गो, देर इज होम स्टे ट्युरिजम. Everyone is benefit to tourism. So we have to encourage such kind of model where tourists come to every house of Goa, and we are blessed with huge history. Where most houses which are there here, they are ancestral houses having 100 to 500 years of history. So we have to encourage homestay tourism. We have to encourage आमचे इनलँड ट्युरिजम. सो बॅलन्स आसपा जाय. आयज CRZ 500 मिटर आशिल्लें ते 50 मिटराक हाडलां. त्या 50 मिटरान आयज आनी 5 स्टार रिसॉर्ट येतले. ते 5 स्टार रिसॉर्ट येतकूच आमची बीच खंय उरतली? हें सरकारान चिंतपा जाय. ट्युरिजम पळय आसा तो फुडलो आनी 100 वर्सां उरपा जाय. बिकॉज इन अदर कंट्रीज, इवन इन थायलंड, वेर दे हॅड टेकन दे हॅव कॉन्क्रिटायज देअर बीच, हॉटेलां लागीं लागीं हाडलेले. आनी लागीं लागीं हाडून कितें मेवलें तांकां? अल्टिमेटली ती प्लेस जे पळय ट्युरिस्ट मॅक्सिमम येताले थिंगा मिनिमम ट्युरिस्ट येवपाक लागले, कित्याक ती बीच काबार जाली, पोल्युशन जालें, सगळें जालें. नाव दे आर रिवर्सींग बॅक. नाव दे आर डिमॉलिशींग द स्ट्रक्चर एंड गोईंग बॅक. सो वी हॅव टू लर्न फ्रॉम दीस मिस्टेक्स वीच आर डन इन द अदर कंट्रीज, एंड वी हॅव टू फॉर्म अ सस्टेनेबल tourism like how Bhutan follows. Bhutan is a state which have zero carbon emission, which has a very holistic tourism model. So तशें एक सिस्टम आमी गोंयांत हाडपा जाय, आनी ट्युरिजम जो आमचो मेन सेलिंग पॉयंट आहा तो केन्ना काबार जावंक उपना अशें म्हाका दिसता.
Since you also are from Morgao, presently contested in one of the Morgao constituencies, do you think Morgao has the potential to emerge as one of the top destination in Goa as far as tourists is concerned?
Absolutely, because in entire Morgao Taluka, from Karivado to Destero to Baina to Holland to Izorsi to Bogmolo to Velsav, Arosi, Kasauli, we are blessed with the sea. And म्हाका दिसता आमी फोकस घालपा जाय ह्या एरियांनी, because we have seen that MPT is trying to control the entire area. If you see in Karevado, आयज MPT म्हणटा की ते बीच तेंगेली पूण मेंटेनन्स झिरो, कांयच मेंटेन करना. सो आय थिंक इफ गव्हर्मेंट टेक्स more steps to restore the destruction which has been done, then I feel Mormugao Taluka itself can be blessed with huge tourism. We can have good tourists in Bogmolo. If we see a lot of tourists which enter Bogmolo, Same can come in Baina, Destero, and Karevada. This is, I think, we should plan, and certainly, I think in Baina, in Destero, they have tourists which is slowly catching up, and we will have sustainable tourism rather getting coal. आम्ही थिंगा बरो tourism model हाडया where cruise lines can come all over the world, because today none of the cruise line want to dock in MPT because of the coal pollution. म्हाका खबर आसा की एक क्रूज लायन पियानो म्हणून कांय वर्सां भितर कांय वर्सां पयलीं येयलेली आनी तितूंतलो स्टाफ आमचो गोंयकार वेलसांवचो. So when they entered the port, the entire ship was in dust, and the British are very concerned of pollution. It took months to clean the entire ship, and they decided that this port will be no-go port. They will never enter this port because of the form of pollution and destruction which took place. Because it's a huge loss for them to clean the ship, all that thing. So this type should not happen. We should encourage cruise tourism, and Maka Dista, it will be a boom to Murugao Taluka, which they think that coal is earning revenue. I think tourism will have at least 10 times revenue where we can earn through via MPT and Murugao Taluka.
Basically, this was the main issue. That is why we have been asking the leaders as to why Murmuga is lacking behind. At least in with regards to tourism, there should have been some attempts, because Murmuga has its own natural beauty. So moving forward, Alonso, just tell me, coming to the political arena, I have heard, and people, there's talk of town in the market that this time it will be a fracture mandate and not a nobody will get a absolute majority. Have you also heard about it?
See, we as a party, we have made our analysis, and we know that we will touch somewhere 18 to 23 seats. So fractured mandate म्हाका दिसना जातले, कित्याक लोकांक खबर आसा की fractured mandate दिल्यार कितें जाता. So my gut feeling is telling that we will have a single majority party which will govern the state, and because we don't want defection, we don't want instability, and Goans are very shrewd. Goans are not like the rest of the country. Our first Prime Minister had said, Goan log ajeeb hai. And we are, and people are very well aware about the political situation, as we had enough of misgovernance, and I feel it will be not a fractured mandate but a stable government.
Good confidence level. Now just assume that you entered the legislative assembly, and after entering, whether you as a you have been looked as an activist, whether you will continue your activism or you will be a good politician.
See, what is happening today in politics, कितें जाता, एक इन्वेस्टमेंट केलो आनी तूं जिखलो आनी फुडल्या 5 वर्सां रिटर्न्स घेवपाचे. सो एक आमदार जो जिखून येता तेका लोकांचे इश्यू, स्टेट इश्यू, जे पॉलिसीज विरूद्ध आसा तांकां त्या लायनीचेर मात म्हणून येना, समोजूय येना, नॉर दे वॉन्ट टू अंडरस्टँड ऑल्सो. So here as an activist for the last 10 years we have been working on the ground. We know which policy is bad, we know which policy is required. So I think it will become for us an easy task to raise people's issue and see that good policies are passed in the assembly, not bills like Bhamiputra at 4 o'clock in the midnight, where it's just a political bill and तांकां फुलयले आनी वोट घेतले आनी मागीर तांकां पेजेक उडयले. तसलें न्हू, लोकांक राखपाचें काम बरो पॉलिसी हाडून जो लोकांचो फ्युचर बरो जातलो, तो जो पर्यावरण राखतलो, जो एक बरो युथाचो, बायलांचो असो बरो फ्युचर जाता, तसो आमी एक काम करतले आमकां दिसता.
एक एक एक्विजिशन म्हणून की तुमी म्हणू शकता, एक लोकांचे जेन्ना आमी पॉलिटिक्स पळयताले आतां इलेक्शना वोटिंगा पयलीं, प्रत्येक फाटी लिडर्स म्हणटाले ऑलन्सियो सिमोएस from Nerul, Angazo no, he don't know the local issues. Do you think this kind of acquisition, and even if you are from Nerul, it should not matter, a leader is leader, but do you think this kind of acquisition stands anywhere?
सी कितें आसता, हे जे पळय कॅन्डिडेट्स पळय एक्विजिशन करता तांकां कांय ना टू स्पीक अगेन्स्ट मी. सो दे हॅव टू सर्च समथींग. माय फादर इज फ्रॉम बार्देस, माय मदर इज फ्रॉम मुर्मुगांव. ओके, सो नेरूल म्हाजो डॅडीचो बर्थ प्लेस आनी कांसावली म्हाजी मामीची बर्थ प्लेस. सो हांव फाटले 10 वर्सां, 10 न्हू, फाटल्या 15 वर्सां सिन्स माय कॉलेज लायफ आय बीन स्टेईंग इन कांसावली, and somewhere I have got attached to this place, and I since then I'm here only, but rest of my family is in the north side. But हें जे पळय पेटी पळय हें आसा, म्हाका दिसता इफ दीस पीपल who knew their constituency have not done anything for their constituency. Now these people who have contested, they are in power. Either someone is a punch member or someone is a ZP, someone was in politics. हेंच्यांनी कितें केलें? हेंच्यांनी बॅड टू वर्स करून उडयला सिट्युएशन, आनी हे आयज उबे रावल्या इशू काडपाक. पण आयज तेंचो मॅनिफेस्टोय पळय तूं. वॉट इज देयर मॅनिफेस्टो टॉकिंग अबाउट द स्टेट ऑर कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी? नथींग. तांकां जिखून येवपाक जाय, बिश्टें एक हें ऑर जिखतलो आनी कितें करतलो कांय ना, तांकां खबर ना ते कितें करतले. सो असलें पळय, वी हॅव टू इन्क्रीज द बार ऑफ पॉलिटिक्स. वी कॅनॉट गो लो. टुडे आर पेरंट्स, we learn 15, 18, 21 years we study. For what we study? To get such unpads into politics. So I also appeal to our people, to our general public, especially to parents. Burgyank politicsan ad तांकां अवेअर कर. Don't say politics is a dirty game, because we want new people, we want youngsters, we want educated, we want the bar of politics to change. The level should change. Today Valencio promises 20 things, he should promise 40 things. So it should be like that. Competition will be on what model you are giving. Healthy competition, not this baseless competition. जातीचेर, धर्माचेर, मागीर कांय विजन ना, फकत पयशेच मोडपाचे इलेक्शनाक. तसले इलेक्शन नाका. इलेक्शन should be one on principles and on what you are promising, not on money. Unfortunately, our voters also level is gone down, and the ones who are contesting, their level also is going down. So I'm hoping that people will have a broader perspective of politics. Once everyone get involved in politics, they will realize the importance of politics. Today we don't get involved, therefore we elect the wrong people. So once we get involved, we'll certainly vote the right people. This is what I feel.
Olanjo, म्हाका एक सांगा, when you look at the current politics, and you have seen this election very closely since you were also a candidate, social media played its own role, good or bad?
No, I should say that social media has helped honest candidates to project themselves better, because today via social media nobody can cover their sins. The sins remain fresh, because generally public tend to forget what was done 1 year back, but in social media that gets revived. You cannot erase your past. So today it's a lesson for everyone to see that no mistakes has to be done. The more the mistake you do, the more you're finished. And I think social media there has played a good role, and I'm thankful that this social media revolution is taking place in Goa, where everyone today is on the mobile and internet. And this is somewhere helped our youngsters also to understand that who they should vote for, especially the first time voters, especially the youth, especially the working class, which never know what is happening on the ground. They're always busy, they're doing their job 9 to 5 back home. Same routine is their life. But for them, I think it has become good. Plus, there is a flip side of it also. There's not that there is equal damage which has to be done, which because we have seen parties which were on in social media. How social media, certain parties paid huge amount of money, crores of rupees on social media to project themselves as the winning party. But Goans are very wise, and they voted for the right party. And March 10th, we will decide the future of Goa and Goans.
You know why I asked this question? I'll come to that point. You were talking about excessive use of social media. People are on internet and all that. You are staying in a village where there is hardly any good coverage. Don't you think people now, it's a time? I'm not against their sentiment. I'm not against anybody objecting for mobile tower. But do you think that now we should think over, because I have heard you also objecting, I have seen you also objecting for mobile towers, but still you also carry the mobile. Even I carry two mobiles. So now it's a stage there wherein we have to understand that at least mobile connectivity is a good thing, and we should have a mobile connectivity. So what should be the solution to all these problems?
No, there are two issues on mobile towers. One is the location, one is the health hazard. So both has to be taken in mind. Why bring tower front of the inside the resident area? You put it on the higher area. You put it little bit further on. People don't have objections there. But when it comes into the residential area and comes in the wrong location, then people have objections. Now, see, for example, in Izorsi, there was a tower which was coming into that Saiviyar colony. The entire colony opposed it. They are educated people. They are high tech people. They opposed it because we have to see the give proper location and solutions are there. If people don't have towers, we'll give Wi-Fi. So that should be provided. That is the job of the government to be done. But unfortunately, government does not do. Today, BSNL is the worst network.
Yeah, actually.
So government is not doing its job. If government had done its job, then these issues where of Wi-Fi connectivity, mobile connectivity, where today's students are dependent on that, that will not occur.
No, why? One more thing is now it is 4G. Tomorrow it will be 5G. More towers are going to come. I believe every road will have underground cables of this internet cables, and almost by 2030, every house will be covered with internet and Wi-Fi and all that. So now instead of opposing towers which are been projected outside, it will be definitely at home also. So that time we require to have certain kind of a belief that okay, if we are objecting, what is the issue and whether our objections uh, are good or for bad, right?
Yeah, see, now all my 10 years of activism, we don't oppose something which just for namesake. There is opposition, there is solution. When you don't listen to anything, then there is no solution. Then you project us that we are anti-national, that we are opposing everything. No, there is solution to every problem, but these people don't want to find solution because probably their bags are filled with something else and they want to go on in one direction. तेजी तकली फक्त एकूच डिरेक्शनान भोंवता. आमी कितें म्हणटा holistic core. I feel any problem can be solved when everyone is brought on board, and I will see that for the next 5 years, no issues will come in Kortali constituency because I am an activist. I understand an activist mind. We will sit together for find what is best for the village, ward, and see that Kortali is a model constituency as well as the state of Goa.
He's actually valid point has been raised by Olencio that sitting across the table, things can be sorted out. Final two questions. When was the happiest moment of this election and worst moment, if you remember?
Happiest was when we got a ticket, and worst was that in between of the campaign I got COVID. That took a huge toll on me because post COVID, going going back on the ground was very difficult, very exhausting, and it was by 7 o'clock in the evening I used to get fully drained. It was impossible also for me to keep my eyes open. Still, we did it for Kortani because every house we found tears, people in misery, and lot of people had hope that we will do something good. So that pressure was there on us to perform and to see that their lives are they have a better future for next 5 years, because I know a lot of people in the constituency have died and gone in hope there'll be something good. So we are hoping that things will go good, and the worst thing what happened was I will say nothing much except for the opponent candidates who used a lot of muscle power, you know and but fortunately we managed to tackle it, because this form of gundaism should not be in state of Goa. Goa is a peaceful state, and sadly that our own people are doing it, suppressing someone's voice. That is not our culture. We have to increase our bar. We have to go above it. We have to perform. Don't do this low business, or this is for certain people it is business actually. हें सोड, कितें बरें कर आनी एक बरो फ्युचर सगळ्यांचो कर, इतलें हांव मागतां.
How you see the Goa in next 10 years?
I'm sure for the next 10 years, if we have people-centric government, then Goa will be back to its original glory. आमचे पळय सुसेगाद पळय गोंय आहा ते सुसेगादूच आसपा जाय. लोक हॅप्पी आसपा जाय. सी वी हॅव इन भुतान हॅपिनस मिनिस्ट्री, and in that happiness ministry 98% of the people are happy. But today, if you ask who is happy, 99 people will say we are not happy. So it's very important that people should be happy in their own state. जसे सुसेगाद बसले, बिचार बसले, कॉपाक बसले, whatever it is. But that should be back. Today people are tensed. No one is happy. Everyone, either it is price rise, either it is गव्हर्मेंट पॉलिसीज, इट इज जॉब मेळना, सगळे लोकांक त्रास जालेले आसा. सो आय वॉन्ट फॉर द नेक्स्ट 10 years गोवा टू बी पिसफूल and known for its touristic destination, and where all people come, and we are hoping that good future will take place in the next 10 years.
Thank you very much, Olunsewab. Your vision for Goa is actually very nice. We, from our side, we wish you all the best for the results day. Hope your dreams come true. Thank you very much for coming our show. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.